Hello there, I'm back, and I thought I'd just talk to you a little bit about distressing. I mean, I have used a manila tag and some distress inks with distressing tools that I have just colored in with different colors and made them to blend, and just by doing so you have a really nice background. If I were to just splatter on some water here, the colors would react with that and they would give me a sort of bleached effect. So it's a nice thing to know that working with distress products, they always react with water, so that's a nice thing. So this is just something that I'm actually going to keep because I want to use it for something later. On this one I just used distress stains to make a brown background, and it does look like a tree or something, doesn't it? I really like the effect. So I wanted to keep it simple just by putting on some stamps, and these wonderful butterflies come from Tim Holtz. So it's a smaller butterfly, he's got two of these, one smaller, one bigger. Here is one of my earlier tags really. I found these wonderful collage stamps from Hero Arts and I just wanted to make something out of them. So I made it into it could be my book or something. And I just wanted to play around with those plastic pearls and butterflies and such. So these are early days, and I have just used a piece of cardboard, so the colors haven't really blended that well. But it's a reminder for me that, well, there's always room to improve things. Here is something that I have made also using those distress stains to create a background. I just used them on half of the tag and with another color on the other half. And I wanted to make this one into a travel theme tag with those luggages and those coins and the aeroplane and such. So this is a simple tag, but I like to work with depth, as you can see. So it's pretty high there. And I have used some 3D cushions there, or yeah, foam tape. And this is, I think with this owl my love for owls began, and I have to blame the Greeting Farm for it. I mean, they have made the most beautiful owl, don't you think? He's a bit sad looking, but I still love him so dearly. So this is also a piece of paper. I have actually used the two colored paper, which was yellow on this side, and I just put on some distress ink and stamped some leaves on top, and that with a simple fashion like this becomes a wonderful autumn tag with those colors and everything. So I just can't help but loving this wonderful owl. And here is something that I tried out. I have used some sort of a cardboard or a food box thingy there. I have made a distressed background with Tim Holtz's harlequin pattern here. I have continued stamping with his clocks, another clock there, and also some branches at the bottom. Then I have stamped and cut out his car, put some crackle accents or something small crackly there over there, enjoy the journey, and some flowers. So this is pretty early days also, and I also have incorporated the Martha Stewart's doily lace edge die cut there. And this is a stamp from Whimsy Stamps, or should I say Kenny K, and this one is for Mother's Day. And the coloring of this is a new way for me actually. I did go to a course of coloring with those distress inks, and well, this is what I came up with when I went home and did it and kept it sort of in a vintagey theme. So I just want to keep this. It's a really simple tag. I put it on a piece of burlap. I'm sure it could be nice even without it. It's a strong woman, so the best mother in the world. There are some star stamps on that and butterflies and such. So this is also something that I played with a couple of years ago. I just wanted to make a wonderful frame to the stamp, not just leaving it white and clean. Here is a tag that I've had when I've gone to craft events. I was 44 this year, so it's a year ago, a year and a half perhaps. I have put on a game spinner from Tim Holtz, a cogwheel. I have stamped his umbrella man, cut it out, And there's a letter missing here, it's the A, so Sari is my name. And there's a cogwheel there as well. And the background is of course distressed, and it says life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. So there's a reminder of that. I think I have distressed this before, that is put the color on first, and then I have run it through a die cutting machine, dry embossed it, and put some brown ink on top to give that definition. And that is the way to get moving on with those texture fades from Tim Holtz. Here is something, hooray, it's the 25th, and this could be for either Christmas or somebody's birthday. And these frail things tend to break when I put them in a box like this. And this is also a distressed tag. I have used Tim Holtz's distress inks, and I have also done some masking with a piece of plastic or something. Continued with stamping, put down some chipboard figurines here, done some crackle painting on top. Just kept it really soft and what sort of wonderful. And the statement there is nice also. And here is a small tag that I actually like. This is a technique that I like really quite a lot. There is I have die cut this cogwheel and made it into a template, or a mask really, and put it on a piece of the paper and just dragged on those distress inks. Put that statement there and continue with a couple of butterflies, and that's it. And it's easy peasy, really simple but still stunning. And here you can actually see the effect of water coming onto those distress inks, so it gives you a nice, even more deeper look. Here's something when I tried those crackle paints out. You see, I do love to work with those warm, strong colors in the background. And then I have used Tim Holtz's grunge paper die cuts. So there's a butterfly, or a pair of wings really, and there's a skull, and there's a swirly there in the background. And here is a tag that I actually have a tutorial on, how I made this wonderful Halloween scene. I have used different stamps from different companies I should say, to make this come to life. And there's a spider there and another spider there, as you can see. And there's a wonderful grave scene and a moon and such. So it's nice to play around with different stamps. And let's see, what else have I got. Here is a tag with butterflies. I have embossed those coppery butterflies in the background, and those butterflies come from Kuttmakaren. Here's something I played with, a new set of stamps, or sets of stamps perhaps. I think it's Unity Stamp Company these stamps come from. And here is something I played around with, Tim Holtz's background stamps, and the statement that life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. And some wonderful red stars to brighten things up, otherwise it would be quite bland, a background. So the stars help out a lot. Here is something that I made with the same technique, using masks, coloring things in and such, and there's also some splotching on top I think, with those stain bottles. Here's another tag. I'm getting sort of hoarse in my throat now, I'm getting dry. Here is something that I also made with different manly stamps. I think they are from Crafty Secrets or something. Boys and their toys. And here is something that I made with the bandana technique. That is one stamps with black on colorful background, or you could actually do the stamping first and then just color it in sections, and then you are going to use a white pen to just trace around all of those stamped images, or perhaps parts of them, as I did with this one. And I think that is what makes it the bandana technique really. Here I have stamped a tree, and I have tried to color it in with those distress markers. I'm not a coloring expert, but well, it sort of works. And here is a Halloween tag. Boo, it says. It's sort of shimmery, as you can see. I've just played around with some different stamps here. Early days. And here is a tag that I made and I didn't really color it in the background. I just used a couple of corner stamps. You can't really see them now. And I wanted to put the focus on this mannequin here, and the wings and a clock, and something with Tim Holtz's statement there. And here's an owl tag. Woohoo! And this one comes from Magnolia. And here is something similar to what you've seen in the previous video. I'm still working with those different distress products. I hope you can see that there's a lot of crackling on here. And here's a fun technique actually. I did stamp this statement and I did do the splotches before I put on some UT, and I heat set it, and as it got warm it also started to spread around, so the pale vanilla color in the background is actually the Manila tags color. And then I just did some coloring around the edges with those distress inks and put some black on top. So this is a really nice way. I'm sure if I put this in the freezer, I could actually make this into a crack. You see? I don't even have to put it in the freezer. So if one wants to make this effect, you can actually do that. But I'm sure it'll just start loosening. But you know, it's fun to try it out. It's a fun technique. I'm not sure what you can do. Perhaps you could put some lacquer on top if you want to keep those cracks. Just going to put that one away now. Here is something I have started working a lot with the mixed media theme, and I wanted to make this one into a tag also, or something tag-ish. And I think I do have a tutorial on this out there. I'm not sure. Perhaps it's a photo tutorial or perhaps it's a video tutorial. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But I think it's really nice to mix and blend acrylic paints and such with those stencils and everything. And I also like working with texture fades or embossing folders. And here I've used a wonderful one. I think it's from X-Cut or something. Wonderful clocks there. And I actually did spray the paper red first, I think. And then I dragged on some brown hues on top. And I have also done some embossing down here with gold and copper. And then I have decorated it a little bit. And here is the final piece that I made yesterday actually. And it's also a mixed media tag, a bit bigger, this one. And I have started browsing through the Pinterest pages. There are so many things that are creative and wonderful. And I did see something like this made from a girl. I mean, she's a talent. I mean, I'm telling you. So go to Pinterest, get acquainted to it, start following all those different things. And I'm sure you can find her thing under tags. I mean, there are millions of tags, so it's going to take you some time to actually browse through them. But I did use Tim Holtz's film strip die here to get these black ones. And this die with the Eiffel Tower comes from Marianne Design. It's it's a Netherlands, Hollandian company. And then I did have a stamp from Kaisercraft. These stamps come from Technique Tuesday, just wonderful old typeset letters. And I also had some kind of a bricky or structured marble effect. I think that one comes from Slöjd Detaljer. It's a Swedish company. I have used a honeycomb template. It's the reversed, and then I put on some structure paste there, so it's high and nice there. Gives you a nice structure. And the key also comes from Tim Holtz. So that's it basically. So I'm going to pause now, and I hope that you did get inspired to actually do something of your own. Tags are great fun and they're pretty quick to work with, so I absolutely recommend you to do some work with some tags. Alright, I'm going to sign off right now. Bye bye.